Merci. It's a bigger theater than the other, so I'm a little bit surprised and shy. No, thank you very much to this fantastic fest and for this screening. I'm very happy to share with you this movie that I worked a long time on, and I will be very happy to answer to your question at the end if you have some question.
Thank you. Stick around for the Q&A afterwards. Have a great show.
Director Édouard Salier.
Merci.
Édouard, you've directed a short, you've directed several music videos. This is your first feature. Can you talk a little bit about how the two differ and how they're the same? Are you editing with rhythms, or how do you work?
Yes, I come from music video. I did a lot of music video when I was younger, and in my music video, I think I explore also the same thematic, about dystopia and monstrosity and stuff like that. So for me, it was a kind of all this music video that I did for like more than perhaps 20 years now. Begin to move in the same way, to go to the, sorry for my English, to tie and jet lag, but to process to this movie and this story. You know what I mean?
This is beautifully shot in 16 millimeter.
Yes.
And that was obviously a deliberate choice. Can you explain?
Yes, it was not an easy choice because, as you know, when you shoot in film, everything is complicated and expensive, but I want to have something very near from my character, and I want something also very, in a way, poetic and as a documentary also, and for me the 60mm was the image that I expect and what I want to capture this emotion and this family who start to collapse, after what happened in the life, and I shoot the very last part in digital because I want to make a kind of rupture between the first part and after when he start to live and to move in French Guiana. So I want to have a very frontal and direct cut between these two parts, so that's why we shoot the last part in digital.
Can you talk about those underwater scenes in the beginning? How you shot those?
We shot in a real lake, so in the east of France. So it was the water was very cold, and so we didn't shoot in a tank or we shoot in a real.
So there was no level of control,
for the lake and for the pool. Yeah, we shoot in the pool, and the kids, the two Pablo and Louis, they are not used to dive and to know how to make this apnea sport, so they train a lot to make it, and at the end they did it very well because they spent like more than 1 minute in the water. Yeah.
Do any of you all have questions for Édouard? Yes, sir.
In the film, there on top of the simple premise, there is the element that there seems to be a lingering psychological effect of how it brought to like excitement. How important was that for you? Like when the green would appear, like how important was that fantastic element?
How what? Sorry. The
When
green light when.
Yeah. How important was it that was a thing?
Okay. Yeah.
The concept of the deformation.
For me, it's not an important. I mean, you mean what's happened, and after the accident, it's you can imagine that it come from extraterrestrial stuff, but I didn't put the explication in the film, but in my head it was something that fall from the sky and built by the human, So it means for me that what Lazaro and Pablo dreams all their life at the end, these things destroy their dream and everything. You know what I mean? But I don't want to have a classic explication. Or, okay, it's extraterrestrial or stuff like that. I want to have something more metaphoric. You know?
Capitalism.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there any other questions?
I'd like to hear a little bit about the score.
It's Sébastien, who is a French musician who is very famous in electronic music in France. He used to work with Daft Punk and he's produced a lot of different things. And because I come from music video also, for me the choice of the musician was very, very important. And I want to have someone who understands the world that I want to build, you know. And also I want him to play with this kind of 80 mood of music, but in a modern way, you know. So, for example, when I brief him on the music, I explained that I want something like a cartoon from Japan of the 80s, you know, but in a modern way, like a Goldorak stuff, or you know, something very strong and very, but also who gives you some idea of childhood, you know, because my reference, I love manga like Akira or the Taiyo Matsumoto books or stuff like this. For me, it was a big inspiration, so I wanted to have this kind of mood also in the music.
I think I saw a question over here. Yes.
Wanted to check, it's not a coincidence that the rival was basically killed by a green-eyed monster, right?
It's not a coincidence?
Yeah, I mean, was that like a purposeful choice that his eyes green and then it goes back to normal after he kills the guy who's attacking them?
Yeah. It's not a coincidence.
Was there somebody over here? No? It's a really interesting blend of horror and melodrama and science fiction, and I'm curious what you were thinking about, what movements or directors you were thinking about when you were putting this together.
To be honest, I don't know. We write the script, you know, and I love horror movie. I love sci-fi movie, but I also love very classical movie like Sidney Lumet movie, or you know, all the 70s cinema from US. Also, it's a big inspiration for me. So I know that people are sometimes can be lost because there is a kind of mix of different genres in this movie. But for me, it's play with these different genres that is interesting, and I like in cinema when there is not a specific rule, you know, to experiment some stuff. So for me, what is more important is the emotion at the end of the film, and to play with the tool of horror or sci-fi. It's a pretext to bring at the end some emotion in the movie.
The gory special effects, the makeup effects are really outstanding. Who did the makeup?
The makeup, it's an old friend who I used to work on my short movie also. But it was quite complicated because there is like more 6 hours of makeup for Louis every day, you know, and the makeup never glue very well. So well, it was in summer, so everything was wet and it was kind of nightmare. But also the fact that we shoot in 60mm, I think it's erased a little bit the fake texture, you know, of the makeup. Because today when you shoot like in 4K with big makeup, you see every little detail, and I think it's ugly. So to destroy the definition of the image, 60mm is also better. And by the way, you can have some more beautiful texture in the plastic.
It's gorgeous. I mean, the color, the saturation. It's gorgeous palette.
Thank you.
Can you describe the way that, because these folks they're twins, but you know, there's the mom, how did they work out those really intense squabbles amongst themselves?
We rehearsal quite a lot, and during the rehearsal, I give them a lot of freedom also, you know, to play with their character and to make some propositions, stuff like that. And it was quite easy when we shoot a dance sequence, for example. It was the second day, I think, and directly I know that there is something gonna match with this three character, you know. So no, they're great, and I trust them a lot. So they give to me, I mean, a lot of energy, and they are generous people.
Those little humorous punctuations that you have, you know, with the group of kids and just kind of hanging out. You know, it's such a striking contrast to a lot of the heaviness of the film. Was that something that you purposefully put in there to sort of leaven, or?
I think because in life it's like that. Also, you have moments that you laugh and moments when you cry, and to put humor in a movie for me is very important. You know, because I love comedy and I love laughing also, as you can see.
Thank you so much, Édouard.
Thank
Édouard
you.
Salier.
Thank you.